Hail, noble seekers of the cosmic expanse. Welcome, then, to this hallowed sanctuary, where tales from the boundless realms of the multiverse are whispered unto those who earnestly seek. I am thy Lorekeeper, and in each tale we explore, we journey through untold realms and ageless wisdoms. Join us, and together we shall traverse the infinite wonders of existence. Now, let the tale of this day unfurl in the ever-expanding cosmos as we set forth upon this ethereal odyssey. Hark, noble seekers, and incline thine ears to a tale that entwines the fates of the seen and the unseen. In the shrouded vales of West Virginia, amidst the whispering mists of the Appalachian Mountains, there lieth a hamlet known by the name of Point Pleasant. 'Twas here that a legend of dusky wings and burning eyes emerged from the mists of possibility to inscribe itself upon the annals of the arcane. I am thy Lorekeeper, and I beckon thee to the edge of the fathomless abyss, where we may peer into the enigma of the Mothman, the cryptic sentinel of doom. On an eve of November in the year of our Lord, 1966, the chills of autumn were outmatched by a chill in the soul. The good folk of Point Pleasant were visited by a specter of such portentous aspect that the very earth seemed to quake at its manifestation. A being betwixt man and fiend, with wings of darkness to eclipse the harvest moon and eyes like hellfire, cast its gaze upon the mortal coil. The scribes of the Point Pleasant Register, in tones both alarmed and quivering, set forth the chronicle. Couples see man-sized bird. Preacher, something. Verily, the essence of the beast defied the confines of mortal language. As the nation's scribes penned tales of this otherworldly visitation, the realm's skeptics and wise men weighed their judgments against the eerie whispers of the unknown. Debates were had, and some minds sought refuge in the natural world's order, claiming the beast naught but a wayward crane, astray from its path. But such explanations foundered against a tide of tales that spoke of omens and dread portents. In the fullness of time, two soothsayers, Gray Barker and John Keel, with their tomes and incantations, ensconced the Mothman within the hallowed halls of ghostly legendary. Keel, in his opus, The Mothman Prophecies, entwined the creature's fate with that of the tragic demise of the Silver Bridge, as if it were a harbinger of the direst woe. The Mothman, born of shadow and silence, then took its flight into the vast reaches of the public's heart, its tale immortalized by the magic lanterns of Hollywood, and thus a new congregation of adherents was born. This entity, which had commenced its journey in whispered lore, now resounded in the ears of those across the vast globe. Behold, Point Pleasant standeth now as a shrine to this mystifying sentinel. Each annum, when the Mothman Festival doth summon throngs to its hallowed streets, the town is transformed into a theater of the macabre. Here, the line twixt cynic and believer is as insubstantial as the mist, and the air itself is heavy with the breath of riddles unspoken. The Mothman, this specter of twilight and terror, doth endure, beckoning us to ponder the depths of our understanding, to question whether phantoms might walk amongst us, shrouded in the guise of myth. Might there be truths untold within its sinister silhouette, echoes of an ancient past, or a forewarning of what is yet to come? Let us now journey together, noble seekers, through the chilling skein of the Mothman's legacy. Let us unravel the arcane strands where lore and legend weave a tapestry of the inexplicable. For our search for the Mothman is more than a quest for a creature of night. It is a pilgrimage for truth in a world that teems with mysteries vast as the star-swept heavens. Brace thyselves, dear seekers, as we delve into the shadowed corners of a tale that stands testament to the possibility of the Mothman's existence. For it might just be that this creature, this Mothman, doth not merely dwell in our fears, but also in the dimly lit corners of our reality, bidding us to look, to see, to believe. And so we embark, our hearts steeled and our minds open, into the Mothman's haunting embrace. Our spirits remain entrenched within the veiled valleys of West Virginia, where the chronicle of the Mothman unfolds like a dark tapestry against the firmament. As we voyage through the annals of Point Pleasant, let us cast our minds back to that fateful autumn night, which bore the genesis of a legend that has ensnared the minds of many a noble seeker. 'Twas November 15, 1966, when the serenity of this quiet town was rent by an encounter most strange. Roger and Linda Starberry, alongside Steve and Mary Millette, found themselves beset by an entity enshrouded in the night's embrace. Near the forsaken lands of the TNT areas, a forsaken relic of conflicts past, they beheld a figure draped in darkness, with eyes that burned crimson in the void. Linda Scarberry's words painted a portrait of a being tall and slender, cloaked in ghostly white wings that could belong to none of earthly descent. Its visage was a riddle, hidden from sight, save for those baleful eyes that seemed to pierce soul and sinew alike. A gaze so potent was said to paralyze the very air around it. With hearts pounding like the drums of war, the couples fled, their steed of steel roaring defiance at the night. Yet the creature, unbound by the laws of earthly creatures, took to the air, trailing them with a screech that cut through the silence like a blade. The following days did see a confluence of tales arise, as the denizens of Point Pleasant came forth with whispered confessions of their own. From the claims of vigilant firemen to the musings of Sheriff George Johnson, the accounts varied like shadows cast by an undulating flame. A contractor by the name of Newell Partridge recounted an encounter most eerie, linking the vanishing of his loyal hound to the malevolent glare of a creature caught in the beam of his lamp. Amid the maelstrom of fear and wonder, a voice of science, Robert L. Smith, stepped forward to offer a beacon of logic in a sea of speculation. His suggestion of the sandhill crane, a majestic bird veiled in a guise unfamiliar to the local populace, might have offered solace to some. Yet the tale of the Mothman had taken root in a soil far richer than that of mere reason. As the creature's name, Mothman, emerged from the ink of newspapermen, one could glimpse the zeitgeist of the age in its very utterance. A name, perhaps unwittingly borrowed from the caped crusader of Gotham, that now whispered of more than fiction. When the Silver Bridge did succumb to its untimely demise, the Mothman ascended from the realm of local legend to that of an omen, a grim specter of misfortune, whose wings, it was whispered, cast shadows of doom. Even across oceans, the Mothman's tale found echoes, with sightings in Moscow's great city being drawn into the same shrouded narrative, suggesting a presence that defied boundaries, a phenomenon that whispered of a shared human inheritance of fear and fascination. The legend was further seared into the collective consciousness with the cinematic portrayal in the Mothman prophecies. The line twixt fact and fable blurred, captivating anew those who sought the thrill of the unknown. In the year of our Lord 2016, an image emerged purporting to capture the elusive Mothman's essence. Skeptics and scholars alike weighed in, with the sober explanation of an owl proffered as a counter to the wilder claims. Yet, within every reasoned argument, the ember of myth remained undoused, the legend of the Mothman undiminished. In this realm of shadow and mystery, the Mothman abides, perched upon the precipice twixt our world and that which lies beyond. Its story, woven into the fabric of Point Pleasant and the hearts of those who seek the unknown, continues to challenge our perception of what lurks in the periphery of our understanding. So, let us press onward, for our journey is far from its end. The path ahead is fraught with whispers and shadows, and it is there that we shall seek our quarry. For in the history of the Mothman lies not just a tale of fear, but a parable of the human condition, our eternal quest to discern truth amidst the mists of legend and lore. Noble seekers, we continue to traverse the enigmatic realm of the Mothman, a figure cloaked not just in shadow, but in the intrigue of countless tales and the scrutiny of many a discerning eye. As we sift through the layers of this modern myth, we encounter a mosaic of interpretations, each vying for the mantle of truth. Folklorist Jan Harold Brunvan peers into the past, tracing the Mothman's lineage through the annals of human belief, seeing in its visage not a new specter, but the resurrection of ancient folklore in contemporary guise. He speaks of a tale embellished and entwined with the zeitgeist of its era, flying saucers and Cold War secrets, each adding their hue to the Mothman's plumage. Meanwhile, the skeptics offer their counsel. Armed with Occam's razor, they pare the extraordinary down to the mundane. Joe Nickell and Benjamin Radford see not a creature of myth, but misidentified beasts of the air-barred owls, perhaps, or even the playful deceit of balloons, their flashlights cutting through the night. The sandhill crane, a bird of formidable stature, steps forth as a likely muse for the Mothman's legend, its features distorted through the prism of fear. Daniel A. Reed summons the migration of the great blue heron to the stand, suggesting its silhouette could be the one cast upon the canvas of Point Pleasant's nights. And what of the reports, the testimonials of those who claim to have witnessed this enigma? Psychologist David A. Gallo warns of the echo chamber, where belief begets belief, and the very method of collecting these accounts invites not the skeptic, but the believer, thus weaving a biased tapestry of the Mothman's existence. Yet, amid the chorus of rational voices, there exists a steadfast congregation of the Mothman's disciples, ufologists, cryptozoologists, and authors of the paranormal. They look beyond the terrestrial and flirt with notions of aliens, otherworldly entities, and creatures unbeknownst to science. The Mothman becomes a canvas upon which the human psyche paints its deepest yearnings and fears, a phenomenon that transcends the physical to touch the divine or the infernal. John Keel, in his seminal work, casts the Mothman not just as a creature of flesh and feather, but as a portent of disaster, a weaver of premonitions, thus crafting a narrative so intricate and entangled with other strands of the unknown that it becomes more than a mere tale, it becomes a mythos. And so, noble seekers, we stand at the crossroads of belief, where history and story meet, where fact and fable intertwine. The Mothman, whatever its essence may truly be, serves as a mirror to our collective psyche, reflecting back our fears, our curiosities, and our undying quest for understanding in a world brimming with mystery. Let us carry forth this inquiry with minds open and hearts undaunted, for our journey is a testament to the human spirit's unyielding desire to explore the realms that lie just beyond the veil of our understanding. Noble seekers, our sojourn through the shadows and whispers of the Mothman's tale now draws to its twilight. A narrative that began in the cloistered hollows of Point Pleasant has unfurled its wings, transcending the confines of its origin to roost in the collective consciousness of a world captivated by the cryptic. This legend, this Mothman, is a tapestry of the human experience, interwoven with the threads of unexplained mysteries, the vibrant hues of psychological intrigue, and the profound human quest for meaning amidst the enigmas of our existence. It stands as a monument to our primordial fear of that which lurks just beyond the pale of our knowledge, and yet it is a beacon of our indefatigable desire to peer into that darkness in search of understanding. As a chronicle that has matured through the annals of time, the Mothman has been shaped by the hands of those who tell its tale, each embroiderer adding a flourish here, a nuance there, expanding the legend into a mythos as intricate as it is compelling. The voices of skepticism and science bring us back to earthly realms, suggesting that the Mothman may be ensnared within the realm of the known misidentified creatures of flesh and feather or the conjurings of human artifice. Yet, these rational interpretations do not dispel the mist that shrouds this enigmatic figure. Instead, they add a layer of complexity to our contemplation. For the legend of the Mothman endures not in spite of skepticism, but perhaps because of it. It persists because it embodies the perennial dance between belief and incredulity, between the twilight of certainty and the abyss of the unknown. The Mothman, be it alien visitor, omen of calamity, or merely a shadowed bird, stands as a sentinel at the boundaries of our comprehension, a symbol of the eternal allure of the unfathomable. In the silence that follows our tale, the Mothman lingers, a cultural icon that echoes the heartbeat of our own kinship with the mysterious, the macabre, and the profound. As we part ways, noble seekers, let us embrace the enigma that is the Mothman, not merely as a creature of myth, but as a herald of our enduring search for the threads of truth in the vast tapestry of existence. And so, as we bid farewell to the veiled skies of Point Pleasant and the spectral wings of the Mothman, we carry with us a reminder that our world is a place of endless wonders, where the known and the unknowable dance in the shadows, forever enticing us to look closer, to question deeper, and to marvel at the mysteries that await just beyond the edge of the night. As our chronicle draws to its close, remember, noble souls, that the multiverse's wonders are boundless and eternal. Seek wisdom, embrace wonder, and journey forth with hearts aflame. Fear not the unknown, for in every corner of existence, new tales await. If thou found this journey enlightening, a like and subscribe shall suffice to continue our cosmic odysseys. And should thy appetite for ethereal knowledge remain unsated, venture forth into the annals of our library. Other cosmic chronicles await thy curious gaze. Until we meet again in the endless expanse of the multiverse, I bid thee farewell, and may your dreams be filled with the mysteries of the cosmos, under the watchful eye of thy Lorekeeper.